Hello, welcome to Music Basics. My name is Nolan.
My name is Jeremy.
My name is James.
Alright, so today we're going to be teaching you all of the fundamentals that you guys need to know to get started with your musical careers. Alright, first up, if you want to know about music, you got to know about note names. So there are 7 different note names that we can use, and each of these names corresponds to a certain pitch that we have. These can be altered to have different effects in a piece of music. So in sheet music, each line and space is designated to a different note. For instance, in a treble clef, the space notes are F, A, C, and E. And the notes on the lines are E, G, B, D, and F. F, A, C, and E are pretty easy to remember because they spell out the word face, but E, G, B, D, and F might give you some difficulty. So here's a couple helpful acronyms that you guys can use. Every good boy deserves fudge is a popular one used in schools, or my personal favorite is even George Bush drives fast.
On this slide here, we'll be talking about the different clefs in music. A clef is a symbol that is placed on the musical staff to indicate which note should be played. In music, there are 4 clefs. The first clef you see here is the treble clef, also known as the G clef. An easy way to remember this is that the treble clef is the symbol on the musical staff that looks like a G, and it also circles around the note G above the middle C. The second clef you see here is called the bass clef, also known as the F clef. You can remember this clef is the F clef because the line in between the 2 dots represent the note F. The other 2 clefs are called the alto and the tenor clef respectively. Both of these clefs are nicknamed the C clef because middle C note is located on the line in the middle of the symbol for each clef. Now some of you may be asking, why do we have so many clefs and not just a universal one? The answer is that each instrument in the music world has a range of notes that they can play, meaning that an instrument based around a lower notes would be more suited for bass clef, while one with a higher range of pitch would be more suited for treble clef.
Now we're going to talk about sharps and flats. Sharps and flats are tools used in music in order to raise a pitch a half step or lower a pitch a half step, respectively. The symbol for a sharp looks like the pound sign, and the symbol for the flat looks like a B with the circular part of it curved up. Sharps and flats can be applied to any note name, and applying one will change the name as follows. Adding a sharp to a C makes the note C sharp, and likewise, adding a flat to a C makes it C flat. Now these sharps and flats are simply used to tell the musician to play a pitch a half step higher than what is normal. Moreover, there are double sharps and double flats. Double sharps and double flats are used in the same way that sharps and flats are. As the name would imply, the double sharp functions like 2 sharps, raising the pitch not by a half step but by a whole step. The same would be true for the double flat. The symbol for a double sharp looks like an X, while the symbol for the double flat looks like 2 flats next to each other. Like sharps and flats before, adding a double sharp or double flat changes the note name. For example, E becomes E double sharp. The reason why these are used is so that composers are able to stay in the key in the music when writing, as opposed to writing a different note name.
Alright, now we have a piece of sheet music. So a piece of sheet music is pretty much the roadmap that a musician is going to be able to use to play their song. First, we see that the sheet music tells us what clef we're going to be playing in. So the top line of notes is going to be played in the treble clef, as designated by the treble clef, of course, and then the bottom line of notes is going to be played in the bass clef. After that, generally, a piece of sheet music would tell you the key. In this case, we're going to be in the key of C because there's no sharps or flats, but sometimes there's going to be little sharp marks on certain notes or little flats on other notes, telling you that for the entirety of the piece, that those notes are going to be sharp or flat. After that, we see that there are some lines going down from the treble clef to the bass clef, and what those are measure markers, and that designates each measure in a piece. So measures are they're used as a tool for musicians to help keep their place in a piece of music, and it also makes it really easy for a group of musicians to know where they are.
In music, a key is a scale on which a piece should follow or be based on. It is the fundamental part of a song. A key can either be in minor or major. For example, if the song is in the key of G major, it should follow the notes of the G major scale. The key of a song will tell you several important things about what you are playing. It will tell you what notes you should sharp, as well as which notes you should flat. A piece can also modulate, which is the changing of one key to another. For example, the second movement from Concerto No. 23 is my personal favorite by Mozart. It starts in the key of A major but modulates to the key of F minor.
Finally, we're going to be looking at scale degrees. Now, scale degrees refers to the different names given to the different notes of a scale. The first note of the scale is known as the first scale degree, and the second note as the second scale degree, so on and so forth. Each scale degree actually has a specific name. The first scale degree is known as the tonic of the scale, and the second known as the supertonic, as it is a whole step above the tonic. The third scale degree is known as the median, and the fifth is known as the dominant. The reason that I skipped the fourth and sixth scale degree is because they are related to the fifth and third scale degree, respectively. A fifth up from the tonic is the dominant, and so a fifth below from the tonic would be the subdominant. Looking at what note that would be, it would be the fourth scale degree, which makes the fourth scale degree the subdominant. Likewise, a third up from the tonic is the median, and a third below would be the submedian, the sixth scale degree. The seventh scale degree is known as the subtonic, or the leading tone, depending on the interval between it and the tonic. A whole step makes the seventh and first scale degree makes it a subtonic, and a half step makes it into a leading tone. Here's our works cited for anyone wondering. Check out these links if you want to learn more about music.
Check out our other videos as well. We'll be teaching you a lot more there.
Alright, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had a good time learning about some music basics.
Bye.